Welcome back to Diablo, the Belzebub mod. I gotta go confront Snotspill, tell him that I took his sign and threw it away, burned it, decided it just wasn't worth it. It's stupid, he's stupid, didn't want to deal with any of his shit. And then he sicks all his dark ones on me. There's a lot of you. You couldn't have went and fought those like 4 or 5 overlords. I bet you could have taken them on. I mean, a lot of you would have died in the process, but you could have overwhelmed them, I think. And hopefully Snotspill drops a good item so I can get something worthwhile out of this quest. Oh, good. Good. A magic cloak that I'm definitely not going to make use out of. I've pretty much crossed over to where magic items aren't going to cut it anymore. It needs to be unique or rare. Before I head down a level, I should really continue exploring all the corners here so I can find that proper waypoint. And then I'll probably read this, because some of the Diablo lore books are super sweet. I can't recall if I've actually recorded myself reading one yet, but like the narration voice that reads them is fucking really cool. So they're almost just worth listening to for this guy's sexy voice who reads this out. But the lore of the original Diablo game is super cool. It starts to get off the rails a little bit in Diablo 3. They're stitching together so many different moving parts and everything, and they're tying in characters who maybe they should have just left behind. Weird random thing, Garbad, his like ghost shows up in Diablo 3, which was, it was just a for fun side quest. It's not a major plot point or anything, but it kind of irritated me that they brought him back, because he's such a goofy throwaway character. Like, I realized it was fan service to bring him back, but like, it really wasn't necessary. The simplicity of the Diablo 1 storyline being that the devil himself is like risen up within this cathedral. You got to work your way down to where he's regaining his power and just kill him before he destroys the world. Nice and simple. Storyline of Diablo 2. Diablo has recruited the help of his brothers to like try and make a comeback and everything. The storyline is simple, but it adds a lot more depth than Diablo 1 had. Diablo 3 just starts getting a little silly. Maybe Blizzard just has troubles with trilogies, because I'm pretty sure the storyline for Warcraft 3 gets absolutely fucking absurd as well. It's good in Reign of Chaos, and then, what's it called? The Frozen Throne. Things just get way over the top and really fucking weird. Quick waypoint checkpoint. Oh, sweet. Rare skull cap. I could possibly make use of that. I do like the hit steal. I don't know if I do enough damage for it to make a huge difference. Let me shoot a few enemies and watch it just kind of like blip up. It doesn't make a huge difference. The hit steal is very slow, considering that if something actually lands a hit on me, it does a lot of damage. I'm actually stealing things as like 0.4 at a time or something like that. It's actually pretty shitty. I did not realize how bad that was. If I were to get any item that was remotely any kind of healing, like just heal 1 damage every 3 seconds or something, that would be better and more helpful than this. Frost Shard. I'm pretty sure all of the frost-based items are unique to the mod. I don't think they were in the original game. Alright, I think Garbad and Snotspill were the main quests to encounter on this floor, so I'll move on down to level 5 now. Oh, I might finally...
Death surrounds me.
I'm finally down into the catacombs now. I realized at the last possible second there. 1 through 4 is the cathedral, then it's the catacombs, then it's the caves, then it's like hell or something. There might be, I think there's one in between there. I might be missing something, but now the layout of everything's gonna, like the map, the world is gonna look a little bit different. I'm gonna start encountering slightly different enemies and everything. So this is cool. It's like a lot of new stuff that I'll be able to show off just all of a sudden here. I gotta run to town and repair my bow. I really don't want that to break on me. That would suck. What do you know? Here I am saying that a tiny bit of life regeneration would be better than this hit still. What do I get? Life regeneration. Worse armor class by like a fairly decent amount. Better chance of finding magic items. I'm a huge sucker for that. I'll take that pretty much any chance I get. Plus it adds to strength, which means I can now use this belt, which is super sweet. That has another row to it. That was like... a pretty good upgrade for me overall. I mean, those items aren't fantastic or anything, but that's like, it makes a pretty good difference. I like hanging on to my unique items, so I'm just gonna go ahead and like continually store these guys. They're just neat to have. I like hanging on to them. They're not gonna sell for anything that's gonna change my quality of life in this game. I'm not gonna go from living in a little hut to a castle or anything. So I'll just keep them. They're just nice trophies, really. But Pippin's got a new quest. I don't remember what he has for me.
A moment of your time, please. While attending one of the townsfolk who had taken quite ill, I noticed
Possibly from the
something
poison
odd about his
fountain?
home. There were strange sounds and a sickly sweet smell rising from the cellar. Thinking perhaps these fumes had something to do with his sickness, I investigated. In his cellar were monstrous worms, shifting and squirming up from the underground. I beg of you, slay these creatures before they can make their way into the town. I left the door to his house open for you. It is the one opposite of mine.
So this is actually a new quest brought in for the mod. I think it's like all of these quests that are brought in here are things that they originally had in the game that made it like ended up on the cutting room floor because they had a release date in mind for this game. And so people had gone through the source files and started to find monsters and quests, lines of dialogue, like fully recorded dialogue. That's why that still exists. Even though this quest isn't in the game, Pippin is still there to introduce it for you. And so people reconstructed these quests, fleshed them out, and reintroduced them with the mod, which is super cool. And so the only time I've ever actually played through this quest was the one other time recently when I fucked up that recording and lost the footage there. So this is only the second time I've ever played through this quest, despite having played through this game like 100 times. Farnham was too drunk to notice a bunch of worms down there. What does he have to say about a bunch of worms being in his house? Okay, apparently he just pukes everywhere. It doesn't have a lot to say.
I don't even like worms. Don't tell me about your worms. I don't want your worms. Nope. No thanks. No worms for me.
I get the impression he's not a big fan of worms. I'd be curious what a big drunkard has to say about a magic rock.
It was really expensive. Blue and green and red and silver. Don't remember what happened to it, though. I really miss that ring.
I can't picture if that's a ring that I know of in this game, if that's like a unique item. I bet you it is, but I cannot picture that. I can't conjure up that image and tie it to a certain name or quest or anything right now. Alright, Farnham, I'll clean up the worms in your place, then maybe you can move back in here. It's probably cold hanging around outside. There's stairs going down into your worm cellar here. That's kind of a little bit strange. You didn't notice that worms were slowly hollowing out everything? Oh shit, they just burst right out of the walls there. Ooh, they're worms. Worms. Oh, fuck me, they're strong. Oh, God. I might not be ready to take these guys on. Oh, fuck, that's why I'm kicking them. That may be the first time I've ever accidentally, like, not used a weapon. That makes a huge difference. I can actually do damage now. It was from when I took that dumb cleaver out of my second weapon slot and put it in the stash there. I forgot to switch back over to using the bow. I've never not held a weapon before in this game, which is crazy to think. In all the times I've played Diablo, you just do some sweet high kicks. It's like Sonya Blade from Mortal Kombat or something. Just kick people straight in the head. Pretty impractical, so I think I'll go back to using the actual bow. There's some cool like electric guitar music playing down here. It sounds pretty neat to me at least. I don't know, you guys will have to pay attention yourself. It's just a little bit different from like the brooding, long drawn out like string instruments, synthesizers, acoustic guitar and everything. It stood out to me right away. Oh fuck. Now and again you just get hit with something that just totally unexpectedly kicks your ass. I'm gonna go ahead and keep trying to fight these guys from a distance rather than getting up close with them. I think these worms are actually a recolor of a different enemy that you fight later down in the caves? Possibly down in the catacombs where I'm at now, but I think it's down further in the caves. They're some kind of snake They're either like vipers or drakes or something. I forget exactly what they're called, but I think these are just recolors of those. And here's something like moaning and roaring off in the distance. I think it's one of these types of enemies that has like these big horns on their head. I didn't think you fought anything other than worms down here, so that could have just been like a weird, cool background sound effect because I'm in like what I think is a reskinning, reuse of like the cave wall textures and everything. So they might have just used cave atmospheric sounds. I'll have to point out. I probably won't have to point out a big guy with a rhino horn on his head. You'll probably notice quite easily on your own. But I'll let you guys know when I eventually do encounter them that they're the guys I was talking about. Hearing them off in the distance like that can be kind of scary sometimes, because they have a charge attack where they will run across the entire map and just ram straight into you with their horn head, like at full speed, do a bunch of damage, knock you way back. So they're an enemy I don't really like to mess around with, so I'm a little bit anxious to think that they're running around down here. This is kind of a neat little way to mix things up. You walk around in these like really tight corridors and everything. It's much different than when you're up. Much different than when you're out in the catacombs of the cathedral and everything, where you're walking around in these big open expanses. And you know what? I just realized this quest is very similar to in Diablo 2 when you end up going down into like a maggot lair and you fight a bunch of maggot-based enemies instead of these worms. And so it makes me think that they kind of just took the inspiration from themselves. This quest didn't make it into the final game, and so the team was probably like, hey, you know what? That idea of going down below ground into the caverns was kind of a neat one. Like, maybe we just retool that, change it into maggots to fit like the desert area that you go to in Act 2 of Diablo 2. I'll give myself 2 strength, so that if I ever have to switch out that hat, I have enough strength for the belt that I have here. 1 magic, 1 dexterity, 1 vitality. I kind of have given up on doing an even spread of things. I'm starting to single things out. Keep dexterity high, vitality high, strength just kind of high enough to use some items that will require strength to carry around. But I've more or less abandoned magic. It doesn't seem to do me much good as a rogue. If I can cast Town Portal, that's sweet. Maybe if I can cast like a healing spell on myself now and again, that's handy. But it's not worth carrying around a bunch of mana potions and investing a bunch of time into it, considering like the simplest of spells is gonna drain so much of my mana. I think I'm actually gonna bust out Dark Pact now, while I don't have to worry about conserving mana for a portal if I die. Farnham's house is like right next to mine. So what does this one do? Cooldown. Didn't seem to do anything, so I'll have to wait till that cools down and maybe try and cast it directly on an enemy. Wait, it doesn't cost mana, so I wonder if it cost me health to cast. I'm not really sure what the heck just happened. Alright, I got a quick theory here that I have to test out. So say I cast Frost Shard, use up a little bit of mana there. Wow, it just does like no damage. I am just not a magician. Just a terrible, terrible magician. And now if I switch over and use Dark Pact, I wonder if I'm going to lose health and gain mana. Yeah, that's totally how that works. Okay, so that actually is pretty good to know. If I'm ever totally stuck, ran out of mana, casting town portals, healing, whatever it was I had to do, and like desperately need a new portal, I can make that trade-off. So that's a good one to know. Oh, come on, have I not explored every corner of this maze down here? Fuck, I can hear those guys moaning and roaring in the background again. Oh, okay, I just opened up a new little area there. So I wonder if I just haven't quite killed everything down here. I just had to discover like 1 or 2 secret little rooms. Oh man, do I have to walk around in this entire thing looking for these little secret rooms to open up now? Because I think my goal is just to kill every single worm, so I think I just have to wait around for everything to open up. Maybe this is why they cut the quest. They realized that there was the possibility of this happening, and that it would be a huge pain in the ass to make people wander around these narrow little mazes trying to find the last 2 fucking worms. Oh, there we go. There's one last area. Oh, okay, there is some sort of final boss I gotta take on. Worm Maggot the Mad. Son of a bitch. I'm just sitting here trying to read a guy's name. Didn't have to go killing me. Like I said, luckily I'm right next to Farnham's place. Might as well go load up on some fucking potions. Weird to think of a mad worm. Like, is he angry? Is he pissed off at his worm life? Is it just difficult being a worm? A lot of people are really judgmental of you. They just think that you're a gross, slimy worm. Or is he mad, as in he's a little bit insane? Because I'm guessing worms don't have the biggest brains. I don't really know how you would quantify sanity of a worm. It's hard to picture one worm being more or less sane than the other. This worm doesn't like mud. He must be insane. Alright, I'll just fight you guys from a distance, because that really did not go well. If I fight you in a narrow little corridor here, things might go a little bit better for me. Oh, fuck off. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. These guys are so strong. I can't fight them if they're gonna swarm me like that. That's fucked. Come on, come on. I just have to spam the shit out of potions. I'm slowly chipping away at Orb Maggot there. Okay, good. I got rid of one of them, maybe two of them here. This is a pain in the ass. I did not expect these fucking worms to be so powerful. I guess I shouldn't have been ragging on them so hard, making fun of them for just being a bunch of stupid worms. No wonder Farnham's not a fan. These guys are a huge pain in the ass. I'd probably sleep outside and complain about worms as well. Oh, fuck yeah. I was just thinking to myself how badly I wish that I had a better bow. I've had my current bow since like level 4 or something. I mean, it's fast, but I really would like a damage upgrade. And I finally have an amulet. That's something I've been looking forward to getting as well. Chance to hit better, less hit points. Come on, why can't you just give me a fucking item that doesn't shit on me like a little bit? I guess I'll do it. Chance to hit is good. It's helpful, I suppose. Fast attack speed, very fast attack speed. I might have to make the upgrade if it's good enough. Come on, bow. Please don't have some negative attributes. Like, come on. Chance to hit and better magic, lightning. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll make the switch. Damage per second 42, down to 40. God damn it. It's actually worse. Fuck. So I guess I'm sticking with the hunter's bow. I gotta go talk to Griswold, see if he's got something to sell. I would really love to make the switch.
Whoa, what can I do for you?
Nothing. Nothing really worth buying. Thanks a million, buddy. Oh shit. I do want that. I do want that. Fuck. Even if I sell my current amulet, still not even close to enough money. God damn it, why does it have to be so expensive? Alright, Pippin, you better give something good for that goddamn quest.
Once again, you have saved this humble town from the encroaching evil. We are, as always, forever in your debt.
Yeah, forever. Forever in my debt. Can you please, like, start selling me potions for a little bit cheaper? Like, you've acknowledged what a great guy I am, and what great gal I am, and all the good I've done for the town. Maybe you could cut me a quick deal? Also, you probably shouldn't be putting Diablo and some worms on the same level there. Those guys are nowhere near the threat to the town that Diablo is. I can make use of a new level up, though. That's a pretty good deal, I suppose. Those staffs didn't sell for anywhere near what I wanted them to. Altogether, they sold for like 1,000. One of them was kind of shitty. But I was hoping I could sell those and then buy that amulet from Griswold, but I guess not. I don't think I've done any gambling. Geed was never in the original game, so I'm like not used to making use of him. Where did he run off to? Where'd you go, Geed, you shady fuck? Shit, I can't gamble for a bow. That would have been really helpful. He sells like pretty late game armor right now. That's kind of peculiar. I feel like this stuff is quite a ways ahead of where I am in the game right now. Like, look at this. It's selling for $100,000. Anyways, guys, next time I'll go down and explore the catacombs further. I guess it's just kind of like a nice little tease at the top of the episode there, and then we got to focus on the worm quest. So now you have it. You know that the catacombs are coming. You have that to look forward to. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I really do love playing through this game. I'm looking forward to getting past to where I fucked up the last recordings, so that things can start being like new to me again. Not new in the sense I've never seen them before, but just haven't seen them in a long time. And man, I really would love a new bow. That would really just help me out so much right now. I really think that I feel like I'm falling behind with this current bow. A new one would just really elevate my damage output and how quickly I can progress here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.